We had MARWAH RIZQY, I think, about a week ago, talking about her leadership, ambition. But now it's nice to see that the National Assembly has begun sitting again, that they're being challenged, the Liberals challenging the CAQ. And today it's on education, which happens to be MARWAH RIZQY's job within the Liberal Party, education critic. She is on the line right now. MARWAH, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
This seems like a pretty big deal, so I'll have you explain. What did you discover and what happened today in the National Assembly when you brought this up?
Well, back in 2019, there were several new school projects that was accepted by the government, and they went through all the criteria, meaning do we have enough students, are we lacking spaces? And at the end of this very important process, they decided that there's two schools that we needed in Ville-Saint-Laurent. One in Bois-Franc, for those who are living in Ville-Saint-Laurent. The new school should be on Marcel Lorrain. The other school would be on Jules Poitras. We do have the space. We know exactly what are the new school and the needs. And those schools were so important that back in 2020, the CAQ government put these two schools in Bill 66. Bill 66 was supposed to put pressure on construction because we needed those schools. That was sanctioned back in December 2020. Mm-hmm. When I did the follow-up to see what happened with those two schools, because I saw the plans, I saw that we have the space and everything, and we have the approval of the city. Okay, what's going on? It's been 2 years and a half, almost 3 years. So I didn't have any answers from the Mr. Drainville. So I went to ask the question through la loi sur l'accès à l'information, and I learned that they were on pause. I'm like, why? And I asked Mr. Drainville, and the answer was the following. We think we're going to have less children in Ville-Saint-Laurent. I'm like, okay, based on what? Because last time I checked, on every census that we've done across Canada, a very important survey, every 5 years, we have more children in Ville-Saint-Laurent. Every 5 years, we have more population in Ville-Saint-Laurent. And guess what? We're going to have the RAM, and we do have many other projects to build more houses and condominiums in Ville-Saint-Laurent. So are you telling me that you're better than the mayor, Alain de Souza? You're better than all the surveys that have been conducted? And you're telling me that you think that we're going to have less children based on what? And meanwhile, we have 600 students in Ville-Saint-Laurent who are taking the bus every day because we don't have enough spaces in our school currently for them. And we did the same thing in l'Île des Sœurs. And right now at l'Île des Sœurs, the students are in office space, not in a school, in a commercial building, or kids. And I checked for 3 other schools that were also on pause. These 3 schools are also in liberal writing. Mm-hmm. And guess what? I did another request of information. I asked for 2023 and 2024. What are the new schools renovation projects that were accepted by the government under Bernard Drainville? 47 out of 48 are all in CAQ writing. None of liberals, pickets, Solidaires were accepted across Quebec. The answer of Mr. Drainville, he's not really good in math, let me tell you that. He said, well, we have 90 M&A, so it's normal that we have more. All right, 90 out of 125. Last time I checked, it's not 100%. So I'm very shocked.
Good for you.
And I have to tell you this. I don't care what are your color, if you're a blue, if you're red, if you're orange. Everyone should be shocked today that knowing that there is now a new criteria in Quebec that you have to vote, like in the time of Maurice Duplessis, for the good party. Mm-hmm. And this is not acceptable, and everyone should be aware of that.
You challenged the price. You challenged the premier on this today, right?
I did, because the premier said to me at the National Assembly during question period, and I quoted him word for word, none new school project under the CAQ government were rejected. I'm like, oh, right. You said that back in 2022. Let me take you to account on your words. Tell me exactly why did you cancel 5 schools in 5 liberal riding? And meanwhile, this year, all the new school, all the new renovation projects are all in CAQ writing, the CAQ writing, except for one, Vaudreuil. And guess what? I would say like they know they want to have Vaudreuil. They really want to have.
They want that writing,
They want the writing. And I know Marie-Claude Nicole, she's a very good friend of mine. And I know they've been calling her and asking her what she's going to do next.
This is very disconcerting. Wow. And then to add that, you know, when Bernard Drinville was questioned about it, and about the criteria, the objective criteria, he didn't have any real answer. So what is the criteria, Marwa? What do we know about how these decisions are made?
How it should work. The criteria are based on the student population, not only about the numbers of population. We need to look how many students do you have in your writing. Do we need more space? The answer in Ville-Saint-Laurent, the answer is yes. Yeah. Why? Is because Ville-Saint-Laurent, in the entire city of Montreal, has the most important proportion of kids between 0 and 14 years old. We're number one. Gilles Poitras, people are from Ville-Saint-Laurent. You will understand what I'm saying. There's 15,000 people living in Chamaha within 1 kilometer. That's the same proportion as Mumbai. That's a lot of people. And there's one more thing. Let me tell you this. People, they don't know that. But the place on City of Montreal who has the most important, I would say it in French. I don't know what I'm saying in English. I'm very sorry about that.
That's okay.
Factor de défavorisation, with the most vulnerable population. It's not Hochelaga. It's not Montreal North. It's Saint-Laurent. Yes, we do have big houses. Yes, we do have Bois-Franc with $1 million houses. Yes, we do have that. But we have to keep in mind, Ville-Saint-Laurent, we also have some people who live below the poverty line. Yeah. The poverty line. And Ville-Saint-Laurent, we are very welcoming writing. We do have 2 big organizations for the new immigrants who are coming here in Canada and Quebec. And guess what? When they come with the minimum that they have, which is not much. But we do our best to make sure that they have a good school where they can learn actually French, which is actually, it's supposed to be important for the government, but they don't care. Right now, I have students in Ville-Saint-Laurent who actually don't have space in their own school.
Yeah. Marwa, we have to leave it at that because we're out of time. Can I just ask you, are you sure you don't want to run for the Liberal leadership?
I'm very sure I want to have another baby. I can assure you that.
Okay.
But I will fight.
Keep up the good work.
I will do it.
Thank you so much. There you go.
Thank you,
Marwa.
MARWAH RIZQY, Liberal M&A and their education critic. This will be an interesting story to watch next week.
This is nuts.